How can I use trigonometry to find the missing angle in a right triangle? So we have triangle OKM, and I have two sides labeled and a missing angle, angle theta or angle M. So my question is, what is the value of theta? What is the value of angle M? And so to set up this problem, the first thing I'm going to do is identify my theta. So I have done that here. This is my reference angle. That is my reference angle, and that is how I'm going to do my second step, which is label my sides. So if this is my reference angle, I know that this is going to be the hypotenuse because it is opposite from the right angle and it is the longest side. So I can call this hypotenuse. Next, I can label this side opposite because it is opposite the reference angle. It does not touch my angle M. So this is opposite. And then finally, this side here is adjacent because it touches my reference angle, my angle M. So this is adjacent. So identify theta and then label the sides. Step 3 is to choose my ratio. Which ratio am I going to use to help me solve this problem? I always like to write my acronym here to help me remember. So I have SO, CA, TOA. And I know that this means sine is opposite and hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent and hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite adjacent. So to figure out which one I'm going to use, I need to determine what do I have and what do I want. I have, looking here, let me change these colors. I have adjacent, I have opposite, and I want theta. So this is a little bit different from finding the side, because when you're finding the side, you have one side you know and one side you want. But here we have two sides I know and I want my angle. So similar process to finding the missing side. So I have opposite and adjacent, and I want my angle. So because I have opposite and adjacent, O and A, I can look back up here and see which one will I use. I am going to use TOA, tangent, because it has opposite and adjacent. So now I'm going to set up my equation. So step number 4 is to write your equation and substitute. So my equation is tangent, so I'm going to use TOA. I know that is tangent of theta equals opposite over adjacent. Now I need to substitute. Tan of theta. Here, I do not know what theta is, so I can leave that. Opposite I have is 18. Adjacent I have is 25. Now, this is where the process changes from what you already know. If I want to find the angle here, what I'm going to do is find the inverse of tan. And what that looks like is a tan with kind of this, like, it looks like an exponent of -1. And it's not really an exponent, it just means inverse. So tan to inverse tan, this is just the opposite. This is the opposite here. Kind of like add and subtract are opposites, or multiply and divide. So I have tan and inverse tan. So I'm saying inverse tan, inverse tan. So I am going to use this to solve. I have tan, I'm going to change it to inverse tan, and I'm going to multiply that by my fraction, my opposite, and my adjacent. And now this is going to give me theta. This is going to give me my angle. I'm going to put this into my calculator, and I'm using the Desmos calculator, so you may have to change it and press like a function on the Desmos calculator. You might have to press second if you're using your phone, so that I can find not regular tan, inverse tan. So I'm going to type in tan, inverse tan, 18 divided by 25, and I get 35.7538, and I want to round to the hundreds place. So I look here, I see that this is less than 5, so I'm going to round this to 35.75, and then that would be a 0 there. That means that my angle M, is 35.75 degrees.